Warning: the video about the seeds for is 13 up. Or 12 and under, please not watch this video. Very much to say I there's gonna be a few fan noises, but first my audience, enjoy the video. And also, do revisiting vids within like a week. Surprised. Hey guys, special back with another event today. Revisiting. Guys, is a bit iffed. But in today's revisiting, we're taking a look at the NECA IT 90 version 2, Pennywise figure, and the Freddy Jason figure. Again, not really much to say of the fact that these two figures released within the same month, I believe so, including with Tuning Temps, which I will do a review on pretty soon. I don't think it's going to be part of the revisiting series as a whole, and for some reason my camera just went autofocus. There we go. And also shining bright light. So, and I can't spell. But anyways, not to take in. So, my boy Jason, but you're gonna have to scooch right here. And your little accessories. Banners in front. Much better. Before getting into the figure itself, box. Lots to be said about this box. One thing for sure with NECA boxes is that they're sometimes consistent with movie posters. Majority of the times. When it's one specific film, hell yeah. When it's thinking a multitude, yeah, that's a bit myths, but sometimes they try it. Majority. And the version 2 Pennywise figure from the 90 version is no exception. But the one thing to know for a fact about this one is that the original was based off of the poster that was used for, I think, the cover for when it went on VHS. That's the only thing I remember. And this one was for, I think, the DVD or Blu-ray release of the movie. So, neat little reference that they did add it in there. Or else we would have been wondering, what the heck did the Chapter 2 version of the cover was, instead of it being just this, with just two balloons. Side, basically the same. There's the up. Other side, 17 and up, we have a mold. Why the same chunks, WB. Back of the box, kind of is exactly the same from the original. You can see right here. See my head reflection. Damn, I'm really daisy. Got more pictures. Has what the figure comes with. Open up the flap right here. Picture the figure. The figure itself with the shower scene. Neat. And not really that much to talk about. I mean, the box is good all around. It does want to stand up on my bed for some reason. Anyways, figure itself. A lot of things to go by. For starters, though, this isn't the resculpt. I mean, it is kind of resculpt. This isn't exactly the original Pennywise mold that they used from over there. But one thing you can tell you straight from a fact is that from that original all the way over there, which is my original take on it. You know, before the whatever I was thinking cardboard stinking hanger, and my camera does not really want to focus over there. There we go. See on there, I guess the sleeves, don't really appear that much shiny to begin with. And I guess the little coat around them. However, on this figure right here, it is a bit shiny on them, which I think was the main complaint that people had with the original figure, including with the head sculpts. Hot damn. You thinking had to put at least one of the bats that one of these figures had to come with. Not these ones, but any other figure to begin with. To at least try to get those head sculpts in, and even then they barely fit. They doubled down at least one, like 3 instead of just having to deal with 4, for Christ's sakes. But that did not mean they had to at least also be tough to deal with. Because one thing to know for a fact is that on how they sculpted these figures. Because the Pennywise figure from the 90 version looks like a horn. I mean, the head sculpt. I mean, the sculpt itself for that joint, and that junk barely fits on him sometimes, is sculpted like an original 90s figure. Well, the 2017 one has a peg that's straight. Like that. Neat little touch they did add, however, thinking it's hard to get them junks on. And accessories, yeah, that's a lot. He came with a body, of course, as it should have been for Christ's sakes, and came with those. 3 extensible heads, which both have references to them. This one, I believe, this one is from the poster of the 90 version, if you can see right there. And you can kinda tell. This one which he's equipped on from straight out of the box, like that. And that's how much I have equipped on. Not really that much of paint change on him. I feel that they kept a consistent paint job to him. However, the most weird thing was on my edition of this version of the head, he's a bit grimy. I don't know why, but I think it's due to the fact that either someone had a defect, which I think was my interpretation. I sort of I did not even put that paint on there. Oh, it's a neat little reference to thinking about how he did it the first time. And he got 10 back balloon. Neat. The rifles itself, which actually got the same paint job, new paint job as from the sleeves themselves. And also a bit more extendable, so you can actually break it, if you want. And hands. Comes with this hand, which is more or less of a Freddy Krueger type of hand. A lot of extendable hands. 4 to begin with. 1, 2, 3, 4. A book, which has them on there, which the glue on this guy is starting to die out at the time of this. I think I remember seeing there was a lot more visible, and the hand can also be removed as well, and it could also move as well. Comes with a really fat hand, which stands for peace, I don't know, and thinking the sleeve that's about to die. I really don't want to go into poses due to the fact that he's basically the same as the 90 version. Double joint elbows, thinking abdomen, you know the gist, what the heck happened there? So, yeah, basically, that's the figure. That was a really short demonstration of him. Okay, maybe I'll get into a few of them if we're lucky enough. I'm probably gonna do it anyways. Also, I forgot to mention that there was a hand for the balloon, which is basically the same as that hand. One thing you know, if you got yourself a 90 version, is if one of them is a bit dirtier. That's the only way you're able to tell them from that. Other than that, exactly the same hand. Sucks if you get these things brand new, because in fact you're gonna be a bit of a predicament, like I once had. That was pain. It's all fun down here kind of pose. I don't know why. I think the reason why they have so many hands is because if one of them went there, because if you lose one of them, you're gonna at least have another one. That's probably the only reason why that exists in the first place. Other than that, yeah, I don't know why there's so many hands. Also thing to notice that the whole entire little sinking back in here, which, if you remember from if you got the 90 version first thing, and also my dogs are barking again, is that the paint on the head smudged so much on it to the fact that you just kept on trying. It's not really that much of paint on here, but it is still, looks like it's rusted for some other reason. I think apparently that Pennywise has his own hated taste of sinking spooks, as you can see. So enough of him, then move on to Jason. Barely anything to begin with him. Now this figure right here, pretty great. Before that, box again. Now this box is coated in black, which means reflections are a thing, ain't it? And this junk does not have any movie reference of the poster. However, one thing was said when NECA announced and I think was about to release this figure was that when they were about to do a Freddy figure, they were gonna have him on the other side. And if you combine the two, he goes up to another poster. Neat idea. Licensing. That was abysmal. So it was ultimately decided just to release Jason, and that was really it. And the only figure that we're ever getting out of either a NORS, that's for short, F13 or FT13, is that Part 7 figure, which is now scheduled for September. I mean, hell, it's taking a good day for October, well, nearly for the spooks. But come on, man, waiting for at least a whole entire year. I am not. Nice. Side that, up, right there, dust, most of the time. Back here is a bit scuffed, a tiny bit. Description of the whole entire thing on the there. And there's that. That looks like a whole entire movie photo right there. They knew how to do a photo like that. There's on what the figure comes with. If this focus could, there we go. Yeah, focus on something. That happens. Yeah, I don't know why stickers could be a thing sometimes. You know when you ever get a NECA figure, sometimes a sticker just randomly, the stinking glue of it dies. Yeah, that's some of them. Picture of the figure, and then the pit right there with the whole entire scenery back there. I think the dream sequence, I believe. And that's really it for the box, for the figure itself. He's tall. to say the least. Now, the figure itself, pretty good. Just one tiny thing. Very wonky leg. I think if I remember, I don't know if you could go back to my original video. I don't know how to do links on phone for Christ's sakes, but go back to the original video of mine. I think his leg was wonky. Yeah, I think most of the time his leg was very wonky, to say the least. So, yeah, and ever since it hasn't really changed since. Sucks. One inconsistency though, just have him like this if your figure's leg is wonky, and you'd be good to go. And size of this bad boy, yeah. He's tall. The reason why it's not because of the figure, but it's because on how Jason was portrayed in that film. Specifically his height. He was whopping like at least 8 foot. Well, 7 foot. In that film. And this one is like 8 inches. Surprising at least. So, yeah. And for the whole entire reservoir lining between these little, like, I don't know, little parts of the jacket. Which I feel as though it's a neat little thing on him, though, from the film itself. Yeah, that was done by me. It's because why not? I made it feel like the skin itself was starting to become black around here. And also, this whole entire reservoir thinking flap, or I guess the whole entire ends of the jacket that move out. Yeah, that was sculpted on there. So it does not extend out as usual. So, there. Backside, nothing much. That looks a wizard of fungus. Yeah. The bits, they look like Frankenstein boots when thinking seeing these for the first time. I think everybody once they saw this figure like, wait a minute, these look like Frankenstein boots. All really badly edited boots to begin. I think that these are the boots that obviously are from the film. I mean, they're not exactly 1-to-1 scale, but these are like kind of like the best. You can see on the sole on this guy. Look at the original piece it was off of. Not in the figure, but just on the way that they had it in the film. Which hot down, that was like the thinking MCU type of like stuff. In fact, most of the stuff before I was thinking in Vengeance, Infinity War, and Endgame was like this. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? That. Yeah. Space Jam. That too. And this film. Literally that. Two of the most iconic 80s horror characters of all time, outside of Chucky, of course. Yeah, it was demanding for it. I think it was like 20 years late. Yeah. Anyways though, accessories. Lot. Well, barely. He comes up with at least 7 accessories up in total. Well, I guess 8 if you count this body. Comes with 2 machetes, one clean, one stinking coated in blood, but not a tiny bit, and I did add a bit of marker to it to give it more of a fresh look. One rod piece was thinking Virgin McHill's for the machete. I think they're using exactly the same ones as they're using for. I think the Halloween 2 figure, which was announced, I think, like Comic-Con, using exactly the same ones as these. How people are even using the Elm Street flyer for this guy. Ain't telling me Halloween 2 is gonna be fun. Should do a re-release, man. Thing is, I don't have to re-release itself. 3 hockey masks, clean edition, which, I guess the hockey mask itself, it's fine. It's literally what people would just type in Jason Voorhees for Christ's sakes. They get that photo. You got this one, which is, it's scars, and a bit dirty, which was how I originally had it. I think I might go back to it, because in fact it's a bit more grimier, but then again, scenes connections, yeah, not really that much. And the last one is blood. Not much to say. Also, I did this as well. Because, why not? And really, that's about it. Oh, yeah, also one thing. Teddy Bear! That was the one thing that people wanted the episode most out of. I think that wasn't even the movie, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I love that NECA did this, even though it wasn't even a scene in the film. It was just one still picture, which I don't know if I'm able to recreate. Well, let me do it. I don't know, a scene like this, I think that's even on the box itself. Took a little bit way too long for my liking. But, yeah, that's where the teddy bear came from originally. And ever so slight, there's even a tiny dent into the teddy bear to at least give it more of a grip. I don't know why that looks really good on it, because in fact I'm assuming that the whole entire bear itself is made out of thinking those little beans. And it's not the beans you eat for Christ, it's the go thinking on bonk and stuff, which I don't taste. But bread. Again, not you came from US, okay? So, there. And let me see if it's even on the packaging, for Christ's sakes. Oh look, it was. Could have done it myself. Yay. Also, articulation on this guy, it's nearly exactly the same. One of the most weirdest things of all is that they didn't even sculpt the whole entire neck joint for the neck, which means you gotta actually move his head literally like this compared to any other figure to begin with. Weird to say the least, but that's the only new thing that was added. Also his face. I don't know if you can see in this lighting, but it's there. It's meh for me. The little touch of hair is a bit off then, but the whole entire different shade of color. I mean, if he's supposed to be a zombie, then I guess, but this looks like a complete different Jason altogether. So, I don't know if that was supposed to be natural or not. And here he is with thinking the Scar mask. And I was about to say a thing that some people have actually noticed with the FAJ mask, which is the short version instead of saying the full long name. Or Freddy versus Josh, I don't know. Is the focus. There we go. Was that the mask itself, not from the mask from the figure, but the mask, you know, the one they used from the film. The eye holes are a bit too big and the eyes themselves are a bit too small, from what people have noticed. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Other than that, though, I think this is like the most iconic depiction of Jason, known to man. Other than for fact about 3 and maybe a few others, literally, again, go on to Google, other than for fact some ways of a pics, yeah, this is the one. And really, that's about it. Not really that much. I was thinking of some posing sometimes could just stiff still. Even after a year of owning this guy, still kind of stiff. But what I think what makes it even more stiff is for the fact that it's a whole entire Versus film. And, I mean, barely it's even in the film itself. And, let me just put the jump down. And the figures that are from, like, fighting type of junk, from most, like, WWE. I was about to say WWW. Like, had posings that were kind of stiff. I feel as if NECA took inspiration from that and decided to simplify it on the figure like this. Which is a neat little callback to all those figures years ago and even now, but I really don't even collect WWE figures at all. You know me, I collect weird type of stuff and midlife crisis right here. At the age of, I don't know, age of an early teen to begin with. And as you've heard from some of my vids, you get that. So really, that's about it. Also, he's gonna look stunned in the breast with that mask on. Done that front upside down. Oh, okay. That's really it. Also, what the heck is this? It's supposed to be this shirt, but the blue, which you could barely even tell from the film. Yeah, that's weird. Green coveralls when they should have been blue. Or from what they were blue. And now this. A blue t-shirt underneath, which you can barely even see from this lighting. Yeah, it's in there, right? Right there, you can see the tiny splash of it. And we barely even get to see in the film. Also, again, this jump. It's good if it's thinking fabric, but if it's plastic that molds like this, I don't know, man. It seems if people say this is the best Jason figure, I beg to differ. It's part 5 of 4, which is saying something for 5. 4, obviously, because I'm like this part 4, but so, yeah. I mean, I think the reason why people say this is like the best figure of almost the fact that's what people grew up with Jason with the most. I guess. I don't know. I probably grew up with that. No joke. Anyways, that's about it. It was a bit longer than usual. Also, again, can I just say that the release date of this figure, and probably this guy as well, was literally the best predicament. August/September was literally the month I was thinking when It Chapter 2 was gonna release. How could you not have a figure released in that exact same month? Like, at all. So that's basically it. Overall, these two figures, I mean, guess what? It's good. As I was thinking, Pac-Man was thinking the 90 version. That begs the problem. One thing to know, he doesn't come with paper out. Thinking paper. Stinking submarine, a paper boat. I mean, sure, the paper material is cool, but if he's thinking having a baggie, that junk's gonna get bent. So, no wonder we went in plastic. But he comes with a book. How the heck do you not go wrong with that? And a really tight head to begin with. So, it's like a 7.5. I'm also turning back now. This guy, I really don't have an opinion on him. And also, sorry for the very close and zoom in and all, but He has some good accessories, some poses that are good enough. Really, that's about it. I guess could have done with at least one more accessory in which he holds Stinking Freddy's head. However, that is from the original figure that this is based off. I'm speaking of original figures. Yeah, this Jason figure is based off another original. I know that might sound another piece of tiring, but it's history, man. You gotta remember. I have a Coca-Cola can back there from like the 80s. You know, if you get it, you're good to go. But basically, yeah, there was always like a haunted statue figure type. There was a very big one. I just seen that the flight just fell down. It was like the one about the size of this. Oh damn, that's huge. And yeah. And I think there was like at least a Mexico one, which I think was a bit more cartoony. And then there was like barely anything. Merchandise on him on this design, obviously, but yeah. And then I think it was a bobblehead, and then this guy re-release. That's about it. So I was like a 7 out of 10. Where you can find them now, Target, websites, galore, and that's really it. Yeah. But I gotta think of you. Like, check comment notifications on the mobile YouTube, then go scroll down to see if I'm click on it. See if I'm on there. Click all personal, or just subscribe and think all personal. If not, get that head on. It's tiring to say the least. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, in the next video, it's probably gonna be a Lost Ones. This video was supposed to be Lost Ones. Oh, an animatic to begin with. But, decided not to. Speaking of animacs, I'm trying to do those junks in between. Like, if you get what I mean. 2 days is what's gonna stinking be those vids, and stinking at 3 days after that, it's gonna be one of these videos. Sure, that may not stinking do what, right? Because in fact, animatics tend to get popular, and my stuff barely. And yeah. But I think if I do content like these, I was thinking have both my original and the newer content I'm doing, also, what other frames are happening here? Then, yeah, I think that would be good enough. I might do another channel update, but then again, that sounds like, what the heck's happening? And I was supposed to do an Incubus plush collection, but I really don't feel as though my frames are just dying at this point. Anyways, so, bye. Yeah, revisiting this video is gonna be next, though, and if that's gonna be an animatic or in between, I don't know. So there's that.